Hi guys, going live a little early because it's the first time that I'm doing journaling live. And I have some items in the showcase that are going to be shown tonight. So if you want to click on one of them and get it, you can. I'm trying to find the way that I can make Brandy I forget what it's called, but make it so that she can pin stuff, because I'll have the camera weird, so I won't be able to do it. But we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do here. So, let's see. Do any of you know how to make somebody a moderator? Oh, thank you, Jess. They're the ones that you can clip things to. Pear eyewear. It's Pear. I love them. I have my tops, but I haven't I don't have any on right now because I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. Well, the showcase is there. I'm going to show stuff. You guys can look at the showcase. There should be pinned products there. Gonna set it up now so that we can be ready for the Bible journaling though. I need to rotate. Okay, let's see if we can't get this in here. I'm here, guys. I'm just trying to get it set up so that I can see the chat also. In just a second. I'm trying to mirror it on my iPad. I guess we'll see if that works or not. If not, I'll get on my husband's so that I can look at chat. Look it up. Let's see. Thank you guys for your patience. I've never done this, so I'm just trying to make sure I have it set up right, and I don't know if I set this newfangled contraption up right either. Let's see. This volume turned on. Okay, so I can at least see chat. But you guys, it's crooked for you guys? Is that right? So I need to be... Nope. Thank you. I love it. So I did this one. And I also did this one. So that I had both of them. My husband thinks this one's funny, but I just reversed them. But I love this one. I just need to figure out how to let me get this turned right so that you guys aren't crooked. Well, I don't know, guys. What do we think? I like the sideways because you can see all of us. We'll learn. We'll learn. We'll get new things. Learn how to do them. Get them on the... Yeah, I don't have this tight enough. Thank you for your patience, my friends. I might just need to switch back to my old stand so that I know I can get it tighter at least. What do we think? I think that'll be good. No, it moves. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, let me get the old stand. Trial and error here, guys. We're learning, we're learning. I think I just need to set it up on a different side of the table so that it works better. But we can use the old one for now. I like it anyway. And we will get that set up so that you know, when you're going to do new things, you should always test them out first. Says me. Trial and error. Learn from me. If you're in here, guys, welcome. Sorry. I got a new stand, and I think I broke my old stand, and I'm messed up. Hi, Aspen. How are you? I'm going to journal today, which means I get to color. Very excited about it. If I can get it started, we may just have to work with this view for right now. We'll see. I'll have to get that one fixed again. We'll get it going, guys. Or I'll turn it back sideways. What do y'all think? She's gonna color also? Well, good. I'm glad she can color with me. Let's see. I guess it's okay. You're not gonna see it anyway, right? I gotta find a way. So the showcase is up, guys. If there's something that I'm using that's in the showcase, I'm gonna tell you, just in case you want it. Trying to get things to stay. I hate that it's crooked. I don't like that. Not a giant fan of my belly showing either. Not a fan, not a fan. Thank you guys for your patience. Trying to get it straight here, and I'm looking on another screen to be able to do it, so we'll figure it out. Hopefully it works. And if not, we'll figure out another way for the next Friday. I will add Rick. Shoot me a message too, Shell. I hope everything went good in the surgery. It's never good to have those, but when we do, I pray they all go well. Thank you, everybody who's in. Again, anything that I use tonight, I think I've pinned most of it in the showcase at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to try and catch your messages as I can. I hope to see Tabitha or Shannon pop in so that they can add somebody or chat with you guys if I miss it while I'm journaling. Let me see if it will let me add them. It's not letting me. It's not even giving me their names. So if they hop in, hopefully they can. I'm glad he did good, Shell. Yay. Thank you, Taylor. I'll try and keep an eye out because I'm going to have to stand up so that I can add it up there. But I'm a little early. Oh, no, it's after 7 now. Here we go, guys. So we are doing the Ruth Fields of Grace study, which is by Daily Grace Co. They are here on TikTok. I'm pretty sure that Shannon and myself assisted in selling this out. So thank you guys. And thank you for the heart me. So this is what we're doing now. We did the first week, which is verses 1 through 18. And tonight we're going to Bible journal those verses. I am using my She Reads Truth Christian Standard Bible, which is CSB. This is linked in the showcase if you'd like one. I love this Bible. I, of course, have done a lot in it, and I like to journal through books at a time. So I'll make little notes here and there if I'm reading other verses, but I do all my journaling as I do the book. So I'm very excited that we're doing through a book. And I also have linked in my cart Esther. Ruth is a 4-week study. Esther is a 3-week study. Esther is going to be our next study. This is also Daily Grace Co. It's in my showcase. So if you can and you'd like to join us, please grab it. I also, in my showcase, have a collection pinned at the top that we are doing Esther next, Taylor. We are. So again, it's in my showcase. I also have a collection pinned at the top so that, yes ma'am, so that if you don't have Bible journaling supplies and you want something other than the requirement, which is a pen and your Bible, that's all you have to have. I just like to have the pretty things. The Daily Grace Co. studies are gorgeous. They give you a lot of information. And we figured we're doing Ruth. We might as well do Esther next. I have James and Job and all Genesis, Exodus, Revelation, all of them to do. So I hope at some point for us to do all of them. I have Psalms too, but whew, y'all, that might be a year-long study. I don't know what y'all think. But it would be a fun one. But yeah, Esther is going to be next. It's in that showcase, which is pinned in the shopping cart here. But also, if you just go to my showcase, the collection's there if you need journaling supplies also. So very excited to announce that this is our next study. But right now, we're going to focus on Ruth. So again, we've done Ruth Fields of Grace. We did the first week, which was verses 1 through 18. Now, I've never journaled live. So normally I just kind of write my notes out and tape stuff in. But because I haven't done it live before, I made myself some notes. Now, I want y'all to put in the chat, yay, Shannon. Put in the chat if you have notes that I'm missing. I want to know what you guys have. Maybe I want to add that to my Bible. Feel free to take the ones I have. I am going to be using from Home Faith their Ruth. They have Ruth stickers and study. They have a Women of the Bible study, which I also have pinned in the showcase, which would be great because we do have Esther coming up next and it's in there. Hi, Brandy. I think that I made it so that you can pin stuff. If I didn't, I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to see how it goes. Brandy or Shannon, did y'all want to jump on and chat, or do you just want to stay in the chitty chatting? So I'm going to be using these. I also have some from Stixy Daisy, which both here on TikTok. Definitely grab them if you'd like them. But again, you don't have to. Shannon, since you just got in, I'm going to show you real quick, and we'll be right back to Ruth. I had... Do you love it? I love it. You can't see it all because I can't be horizontal. But I have that one. And then this one. It's like a gigantic mouse pad. I got it from a gentleman on Etsy. Or it might be a woman. I don't know. But I love them. I was having one made for my husband for his business because he does videos also. And I was like, oh, you know I need some. You know I need some. I asked him, I was like, are you on TikTok? I'll tell people. I don't have it on the top of my head and my phone is up here. So I will shoot it to you when I get off. But yeah, I love them. And they feel so nice. I can invite you, Brandy. Hold on a second. I just have to... Did it send you an invite? I think I did it. I'm not sure. But, okay. We're going to jump in. Again, guys, I have not done this live before, so give me some patience. I have all the things I'm going to use here. I have all my Mr. Pen shenanigans, including my scissors. Sometimes I use colored pencils. I got my silly scissors. These are in the shopping cart showcase too, guys. But I have all the things. Again, the only thing you need to journal in your Bible is your Bible and a pen. You don't have to have any of the things that I have. I just feel like making it pretty works for me. This is the She Reads Truth Bible. It is pinned in the showcase. I highly suggest this Bible. I love it. This is in the Bible. This is from Bailey's Bible Bliss. She was the first one I came across when I was doing this, and I love her little timelines. I've used her. I've used Ridgely Do. I love all of them. I'm going to try to do Shannon's fancy writing. I know it's not technically Shannon's. I'm going to try in Ruth, but I'm not doing that live. This Bible also has, this is kind of a family tree. Elimelech, Naomi, Salmon, Rahab, Molin, Chilion, Orpah, Ruth, Boaz, Obed, Jesse, David, Jesus. It's all in this line. I love that. I wish I could draw this. So I'm really glad that this is in my Bible already. So we're going to go over to 1. It's fresh pages, guys. It's been a minute since I've had fresh pages. So we are starting, obviously, on verse 1. So I like to start using Post-it notes, and I put stickers and things here instead of going straight in writing, because I like to be able to flip the notes out. Woohoo! Do you know, I need to get a Bible recap. Will y'all believe that I don't have a Bible recap? I know. I have all the Bibles, so I don't have a Bible recap. So I also have, again, you don't have to have all this stuff, guys, but I have the faith tag. I love it. So I've printed some things. It also prints pictures. I love them. So let's get started. So I was going to write this into my Bible, but since I have it on a sticker, it is titled Ruth's Character Notes, and it's after loss, what is left of me. And I couldn't write this better, so I figured I would just use this. You can copy these notes. I'm going to read it and leave it on the page for a minute. Anything you want to do. So I'm just sitting this right over here, lining it up. So this starts with, the story does not begin with hope. It begins with loss. Famine forces a family to leave home. Then death follows. First a husband, then 2 sons. There is no explanation. No comfort is offered. The text simply tells the truth that this household is becoming empty. Isn't that sad? Ugh. Sad but true. Now, this was in the time of Judges. There was no authority, really. Everybody got to... Who fell out of a chair? Why did you fall out of your chair? Oh, because I didn't have a Bible. I know. It is shocking. I must order. I shall do from your showcase. I keep meaning to get one, and then I'm like, oh, it's fine. I got a different one. I got another one today. So Ruth starts off, it is in the time of Judges. There is no rules. Everybody's doing what they want to do, what they think is best. And Bethlehem is... I got chirpy kisses. Look at them. Aren't they so cute? Can I shake the thing? So Bethlehem is where Elimelech and Naomi and their kids are leaving from. Bethlehem was considered the house of bread. The famine, however, meant there was no bread in the house of bread. Which, guys, that's just a little crazy, right? When we were studying that on Monday, we were all like, oh, we didn't think about it. And I think Shannon looked it up, and it actually means meat in one translation. Yeah, I love me some Brandy. She comes in with me in the mornings. I love it so much. I was trying to figure out how to make her be able to pin stuff for me. So I have this sticker. I just think this sticker is pretty, so I'm going to put it over here. And when I need to, I just fold them over the top of the page a little bit. I just think they're so pretty. So I like to tip in notes. So when I do that, I just set up where I'm going to put it. I'm probably going to cover that a little bit. And I'll use some washi tape along the side to tip it in. So I'm going to write my notes on this. So I want to point out, what color do I want this in? Use my handy dandy Mr. Pen. Cross pins, also in the showcase. Which set? So I'm going to put on this note. Oh, I love these pens. They write so smooth. So I'm putting Bethlehem was the house of bread, was known as the house of bread. The famine, however, meant there was no bread in the house. I believe Shannon looked at a translation and it meant, oh yes, I love the stickers. They are so gorgeous. So whenever I have notes and stuff, I like to write it down. I do them on, so this came with the Stixie Daisy stickers. I love those. I also love to use, these aren't in my showcase, but they are from Mr. Pen. They're the glitter transparent stickers. I love them. So I like to put stuff on there. But I will put my notes here and then I'll tip them into my Bible. So bread was known as the house, or Bethlehem was known as the house of bread, but the famine meant there was no bread there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't think that they have them on TikTok. But yes, ma'am, they exist in the rainforest. They're very pretty. I don't think I have my, that's my counterfeit pen. I'll try and show you. I don't know if I can get it close enough that you can see that there is some kind of glitter to it. Yeah. They're in the rainforest and stuff. I love them. They come in a million different colors. But let's stick that on my table. Love them. So, you know, we share all the things around these parts. Oh, look, I got a pen I haven't used yet. Love when that happens. Also in this So Elimelech, Naomi, their kids, they're leaving. And it was supposed to be a sojourn. And wasn't sure what sojourn meant. I went to look it up, but the Bible study told us what it meant. And I like to put little notes like that in my Bible so that I know, because this comes up in other verses in the Bible. And if you see that it is a sojourn, it means that it's meant or intended to be temporary. Now, it ended up being very temporary for Elimelech and his kids because they passed away. But they were there. Elimelech passed, and then his sons, I believe it was 10 years later. So I get all my notes written, and then I go back and highlight stuff. Sometimes I highlight and then I do my notes. But again, I've never done journaling live, so it's usually just a very quiet time for me, and then I just share what I journal. So this may change up the next time we do it, because it's the first time I've done it and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. There's also in verses 2 through 6, which reads, the man's name was Elimelech, his wife's name was Naomi. The name of his two sons were Malon and Chilion. They were Ephrathites from Bethlehem and Judah. They entered the fields of Moab and settled there. Naomi's husband, Elimelech, died, and she was left there with their two sons. Her sons took Moabite women as their wives. One was named Orpah, and the second was named Ruth. After they lived in Moab about 10 years, both died, and the woman was left without her two children and without her husband. So if I was Naomi, I'm pretty sure I'd feel the way that she did, because she just felt like she was being completely abandoned, like God left her. So I understand that. I can cut this short enough. I'll fix it. So that is the 1 through 6. And I'm going to go in and highlight. This is from the Mr. Penset. Guys, she did. She had so many losses, and if I had those losses, I probably would have fallen down. I probably still would today, even though that I know that he'd be with me. So this was very important that it starts with during the time of Judges, there was a famine in the land. Then the man left Bethlehem and Judah with his wife and two sons to stay in the territory of Moab for a while. So in the ESV version and NLT, I believe it says sojourn. Here it just says for a while, so that it doesn't insinuate that it's supposed to be permanent. 4 and 30 years. Oy vey. Yeah. I can't even imagine. I refuse to imagine. I know people, and I've unfortunately had my share of loss through miscarriages, but I've never had a loss after birth, if that makes sense. So I know those hurt enough. It's important to know that it was Elimelech and his wife Naomi, and that their sons' names. Now, after we do this, I'm probably going to go back and highlight more. I'll show you again next week. Again, thank you for your patience, because I've just never done this live. I'm used to just taking my time. So, in 2 through 6, it talks about Shub, which is SHUWB. That means to restore, return, and revive. 78, 89, 2021, 2024. Oh. Yes. Rachel, I'm just going to pray for your ex-mother-in-law, because that's hard. And yes, exactly, Brandy. By the time she was ready to go back, and part of me wonders if it wasn't for her sons being in Moab and marrying the women, if she would have went back earlier. Who knows? It doesn't really tell us. So, I'm going to write over here in this note, the Shub, which is SHUWB, and that means to restore, to return, and to revive. So that's all I'm going to put on this one, and I'm actually going to do a fold on this one because this has a lot of empty space on the back. So I like to do that when they have decorative stuff so that I can fold it down and write some more if I want to. This is going to go over here with some of the She Stayed. I tell y'all I have a lot of stuff. I'm a little nuts. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, daughter-in-law. Which is amazing because Naomi had no reason. You hear all of these stories about mother-in-laws, and I will never be this kind of mother-in-law, that are horrible to their daughter-in-laws or their son-in-laws. Normally daughter-in-laws. Naomi had no reason to need to be nice to them. Ruth had no reason to stay, but they still did it. And that's what I think is amazing. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's horrible. Right, Brandy. That's exactly right. So in Naomi's culture, Brandy wrote, sons were everything. They were financial strength. They were security. They were protection. They held her social standing and her identity. So when her husband passed and then her sons passed, she was kind of left destitute, wanting. She didn't really mean anything, which is a horrible way to say that. But in that culture, that's how it was. Now, if you were married back then and your husband passed away, if your mother-in-law had more sons, you were supposed to marry another one. But Naomi talks to them and she tells them, even if I were to become with child right now and carry the child, are you really going to wait until they're old enough to marry them? She tries to let them go. She tries to give them that Hesed love, which is that deep, rich covenant love that God has for us. And I think through all of that loss, Naomi could see that she wanted these girls to have a good life. That's horrible, Rachel. I'm sorry to hear that. So, like Naomi, in the fields, she was in the fields of that foreign land. And she heard God calling her home back to Bethlehem. And just like her being in that land, sorry. I had blood drawn 2 weeks ago, guys. Still got a bruise. She was in that foreign land, and just like her being in that land, right? It didn't matter that she was in Moab. God was calling her back home. And we will never wander too far that God won't seek us to draw us home back to his love and back to his grace. It doesn't matter where we are. I've told on here many times, well, in our Bible studies anyway, I was full of anger and pain and resentment and hurt. I wasn't mean to people, but I was a take no nonsense person. And that's not really a great way to be. And I just felt like God had abandoned me. I had a lot of church hurt. And, I say now, I don't know what made me think that I was so special that the church wouldn't hurt me when they literally crucified Jesus. Why do I think I'm more special? But I did at the time. But I was pretty far from him, and he still called me Lord, or he still called me home. He knew that I needed him. Yes, ma'am. That's the verse. And she knew. She knew. And that's when she went back and she was talking to her daughter-in-law. She was going to go back home. They were never supposed to stay in Moab, right? It was supposed to be a sojourn. It was meant to be temporary. But she ended up there for a very, very, very long time. And one of my favorite verses, so I love the verse you talked about, Brandy, but my favorite is 1:16. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. Because it's also how we should feel about God. Mine is 1:16. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. So that's probably one of my absolute favorite verses. I think that it works for love. It works for how we should be with Jesus. Where he goes, we should go. I just think it's a very beautiful verse, and it's when Naomi knew, oh, she's staying, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can say, she's coming with me. And I think, I believe that Naomi knew at that point that Ruth was choosing love and loyalty. Exactly, Brandy. I love that. It's a declaration that someone sees you. That's a gorgeous way to put it. Yeah, I love that. So, the Lord always provides for us, even when it's hard, even when we can't see it happening. And also, guys, I don't know if you can tell here, but these stickers from Faith Co. are you can see the Bible verses through them. So even if it overlaps a little bit with the design, you can still see. It's one of the reasons I really love her sets. And I do have it for Esther as well. So I do highly suggest it. They're gorgeous. It comes with other information as well. But I just think I like to make things pretty, guys. So it also comes with this, which I'll fill out at the end of Ruth. It comes with a favorite verse, meaning, life events. How does this point to Christ? Where does this confront for my life? And what does this reveal about God? This I will tip in when we get to Ruth 4. But then they're so great because they leave the backs blank so that you can write more notes on them, which I love being able to do. So these are going to be used throughout. And I love them. But I wanted to put in the Bible down here that Orpah, I always spell her name wrong. Can y'all guess how I normally spell it? Orpah made what was considered a sensible choice. To stay with her family. And I don't know if y'all were in our study on Monday night, but I normally spell it like Oprah instead of Orpah. But Tab was deep dived into the pictograms. And Orpah actually meant to turn your neck or turn your back on, to turn away from. Shannon, tell me if I'm saying that incorrectly, because I don't have that notebook next to me. So her name literally means what she did. But I don't think anybody can give her hate directly to Christ's covenant. Exactly. It points directly to God's covenant. But nobody can give her hate. Naomi didn't want them to come with her. Naomi wanted them to have a good life. She wanted to be the good mother-in-law. She wanted to make sure that they lived a life. There was no reason for them. She had that hesed love for them. She was trying to do what was best for them, not what she wanted them to do. But Ruth, my girl Ruth over here, she made the choice of love and loyalty, no matter what it meant for her. It was not about her. Now they weren't thank you, Shannon. I guess I misunderstood that question. I appreciate it. They weren't Israelites, right? They were Moabites. So they didn't know God. They weren't God's people. So Naomi could have just stayed. Naomi could have just stayed there with them. So what's funny is until 1:16, Ruth doesn't talk a lot. She's not speaking. She's not introduced as a heroine. She hasn't made any choices yet. She's standing after everything's been taken away. She's outside of the covenant people. She's a young widow at the age life should begin. She's closed off. She has no children. She has no future. She has no legacy. No status, no land, no security. But she's not there because she's failed. She's there because loss happened. And God met her there, and she fell in love with him. Even if she didn't realize it, by staying with Naomi, by going that route. That's what happened. She's the mother of Goliath. How did I miss that? Did I know that? I might have known that. Do y'all ever have Bible knowledge that's in your head but you forget about it? It happened to anybody else? Happens to me in every study we do. Yeah, Naomi didn't want to be alone, but she didn't want her daughter-in-laws to follow her. She didn't want their lives to end. So also, I think that these scriptures through 18 tell you that God's going to be with you in that loss, right? But he's not rushing to repair it. He's not trying to... well, somebody just said that Orpah was the mother of Goliath, and I didn't know that. So I literally just wrote a note down to myself to do Orpah's history. Yeah, I can't, it's not letting me scroll. I can see the notes, but it's not letting me scroll. Let me see if it'll let me scroll back. Boaz is very sweet to her. We know who Boaz's mom is, correct? Shauna said Orpah is to Goliath as Ruth is to David, which to me means but I wrote a note down to go do research because I don't remember knowing that, but sometimes I have. Exactly, Shauna. Exactly. So we were talking about maybe Boaz saw some of Rahab and Ruth. We haven't got there yet, but we're getting there. But I just think that it's a great picture here that God is with you, but it doesn't mean he can fix it. We're going to have loss. It doesn't mean he's going to immediately fix it. Sometimes we're going to feel empty. Sometimes we're going to feel broken. And it's not a great way to feel. Well, and she leads to Jesus, right? Here's the... Oh, wait. It's right here. So, see, so my family tree, as it were, ends with Chilion and Orpah. But Elimelech, Naomi, Salmon, Rahab has Boaz, Mahlon, then Ruth. So Boaz and Ruth. And that gets us Obed, Jesse, David, Jesus. But I don't see what happens to Orpah after that. So that's just a note that I put over here. I'm going to put it in a different color pen so I don't forget. Orpah, Goliath. Okay, I'll look at that. But yeah, it's one of the things that I really love, especially when you're digging in, and it's why study Bibles are good. It's why I suggest having more than one translation. And absolutely he uses broken people. If he didn't, I wouldn't be here. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this. Here's the thing, everybody's broken. And I think that some people are just really good at hiding it. I'm just not good at hiding it. And I'm a different person now than I was this time last year. I'm different now than I was when Shannon and Tab and I started our first Bible study. Last October, I started the 40-40 challenge, and it was last Easter, not this past Easter, but the one before, that we went back to church, I told my husband, I said, I just feel like I need to be there. He was very supportive. I'm pretty sure he had some church hurt too. I definitely know I did. I don't want to speak for him, but you know, sometimes you get into places that it seems like they're not very much about the Lord. They're more about pockets and what you can give them, right? But then when you need them, it doesn't seem like they're there. So it took me a minute. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. But this is the start of my Bible journaling. I'm going to go back and I like to reread and highlight things, and then I'll probably make some more notes that I'll share with you. But I also have some washi tape that I like to decorate with and do some tip-ins with. And let me see how big. I just like to make things pretty. It makes me feel better. And I feel like I study my word more. So I go back and read. He does choose outsider women, and he does redeem us. That is absolutely correct. And isn't it funny how many people tell you that we need to be quiet? We're not supposed to speak. Exactly, Shannon. That's how I feel too. So I've read through Ruth twice, just since we got the book, right? And then we read it on the night that we do it. And then I read as I'm journaling, and I do some decorating, and then I read it again and highlight some things and maybe make some more notes. I'll get better at this live journaling as we go, but I really do love this idea. And I have all the things handy and ready to go. I'll probably color this. Oh, this also came with the Ruth stickers from Home Faith Co. So it's a historical context and just the primary text of Ruth 1 through 4. And it gives you some cross references. So I do suggest it. It is linked in the showcase there. That's the gospel right there. I think it's all part of his plan for his daughters. Amen. Well, so Rachel, you might have missed it. But Esther will be our next study. So I actually have it pinned in my showcase down there. Shannon and I'm pretty sure helped sell Ruth out on TikTok. And this is pinned in my showcase, and I also have a collection at the top that has journaling supplies and stuff too if you need it. Again, guys, when you come in, you honestly just need your Bible and a pen. You don't have to have anything else. You better hurry and get Esther. I think it's on a cookie discount right now. But I really do love journaling and being with you guys and talking about Jesus. And I feel like the more that we are together and we are sharing and talking about it. Oh, and Shannon has that too, guys. I got this new washi tape, but it's clear, so you have to peel the backing off. So I need to get me some of those really thin. Yeah, I needed more washi tape. But it's pretty, right? Love it. Yeah, but it's got that really thin backing. So if I didn't have nails on, I could probably do it. But I need some of those long tweezers anyway. I think my husband has some because he does like lights in his Legos. So he may have those. But that's okay, Nicole. I'll post it. And I will do some more. My husband is in the other room. I keep saying, sorry guys. Why does Siri hate you? What'd you say? What'd you say? So I am journaling through my She Reads Truth Bible. I like to journal through a book at a time. I've done John and Acts. I next am working on, well, currently Ruth, but outside of our journaling, I'll be doing Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and then I want to go back to Genesis. I actually have a Genesis study, so maybe we'll do that one live too. We'll see. I'm very excited for us to go into Esther next, though. I think that'll be really perfect for us. I put my highlighter on backwards. Do you guys have any questions for me? Well, evidently when I'm live and I don't have people chatting with me, like you guys are chatting in chat, but mine's the rose gold. So you can't really tell because I have washi tape everywhere, but it's rose gold and it has the gold pages, the gold edges. So but I love it. And then this is from, she does these also. Little baby notebooks that you can keep in your purse. And my favorite one, so this is what I've been saving for our trip for the Low Conference. It's the Word Unpacked. And she made me a Highland Cowan. She was very nice. It was so funny because I found her here on TikTok, but she lives in Fredericksburg, which isn't that far. But I've been saving, Shannon. You see it? Saving. So I'm very excited about that. About our upcoming trip. If anybody's going to Low Conference, we definitely want to meet up with y'all. Shannon wants to do a escape room, so that'll be fun. And in the showcase is this Bible, the Ruth stickers, which also has the Esther stickers. Also, it's the women of the Bible, so it has Ruth. I have all of them right here because I just kept them together. So it has Ruth, Esther, Deborah, and Jael, and they're just gorgeous. Like, trying to make sure I get them in the screen. And good old Rahab. So they're gorgeous. They come with a word study, a bookmark, the life events that you can tip into your Bible, and then a bigger picture context, which gives you cross references for the verses in the study also. So I highly suggest them. And you saw as I was studying, you can see through the stickers. So it doesn't cover up the words in your Bible. Some transparent stickers aren't necessarily transparent. These really are. I'm trying to get it so you can see it without it being too blurry. But I do suggest them. But again, not required. I got them a while ago when I got the studies from Daily Grace. So I love them all. They're in the showcase if you want to grab them. Grab them up. It is less expensive if you get the whole pack. It costs less cookies. So, since you guys don't have any questions, I really appreciate you joining me. Hopefully the next time we go through, oh, I'm so glad, Taylor, you'll love them. They're gorgeous. I hope you got the whole pack. So you have Esther too. And I'm trying, guys. When I don't have somebody on with me, I reckon I say a lot because there's nobody filling in space. I'll get over it. It'll happen. It's fine. See, I did it again. This is the bookmark that came with the Ruth ones. It's gorgeous. And I use these actually as tip ends too because they're blank on the back. So I'll washi tape them in and put some notes on the back. I know, Shannon, right? Right, that's what I was saying. It was on that cookie sale. I never want to get in trouble. I did too, Brandy. I did too. Not much, but I did. They're so gorgeous. I have so much from her. And again, I feel like if we're going to buy the stuff, we might as well buy it from small Christian creators. Instead of, you know, sometimes we got to go to the rainforest. Sometimes the rainforest gives us the best ways to go about life. But sometimes she makes really good ones. She makes some really, really good ones. And then I think I have some in my showcase that are just flowers. But she makes really good ones. She has those. I think I have another set handy from her. Maybe not. It might be at my other desk. But I have the Genesis ones from her as well. They're really pretty. I can't wait to use them. So. Exactly, Brandy. Because why not? We're going to do it anyway. We might as well do it right. So we'll be here. Hopefully I'll have this unwound because this came in a big pack too and I want to use some of that. And next time, after this one, I have some ideas about some ways I want to go about doing them. So I'll be better at it next time. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Hold on, let me get this. I'll chat with you for a minute. If I can get this down. How do I rotate? Hey, how y'all doing? So this is what I got that I'm using. I'm learning. We'll see. I do appreciate you guys for being in here though. My hair's so cute tonight. I know I can't stand it. Oh, thank you, Brandy. And I appreciate you guys being in here. I really do. And coming into the Bible study, and our goal is, my goal, obviously, is to get all the souls, ... in heaven. Because I did forget to say that the first time, and I thought Tabitha and Shannon were going to have a heart attack. Because I didn't even realize that I forgot to say it. That's where I want them, is in heaven. So, and you guys being here, and if I can help even a little bit, it means a lot. Brandy had me crying a little bit today. It touched me. So I'm glad that I can help in any way. I would love to see you guys' notes. Send me pictures. I want to know. I think it would be amazing if you guys sent me pictures and I could make like little snips of everybody's journaling each week. I think that would be great. I don't have to put your name on it if you don't want it, or I can put your name on it, but I just think it would be cool for everybody to see everybody's different journaling. And you guys could all share them too. I think it would be great for us to see it. And then at the end, I could do just through the whole thing. But just shoot me some pictures. I love it. That's okay, Brandy. I will shoot it over to you. I can send it to you once it gets uploaded. I can send it to you in a message, I believe, and then you can download it. So thank you guys so very much. This will be on the YT of the same name I am here. Thank you for being here and for joining. Again, if you journaled, if you're going to journal, send me some pictures. I'd love to have them to post that. I think it would be so much fun. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you in the morning. Aw, thank you. Thank you for my hat. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you in the morning for daily devotional. God bless. Oh, look at the puppy. That's so cute. Thank you, guys.